Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Today we're going to treat your body exactly like a high-tech machine. Think about it. When you drive a car, you rely heavily on the dashboard to tell you if the engine is running too hot, if the oil needs changing, or if you're running low on gas. Well, your body has an incredibly sophisticated dashboard of its very own, and it's constantly feeding you live data about your hydration and fluid levels. The only problem? Most of us were just never taught how to actually read it. So, in this explainer, we're decoding that physical dashboard to reveal the fascinating and honestly sometimes totally surprising truth about your hydration habits. So, let's get right into it. Are you actually hydrating correctly, or are you just kind of coasting on outdated wellness myths? We've all heard the standard advice, right? Drink 8 glasses of water a day. Avoid coffee because it completely dehydrates you. Eat a banana if you need electrolytes. But what if I told you that a lot of what we accept as absolute hydration gospel is actually completely misunderstood? Today, we're going to challenge those beliefs. We're going to invite you to question pretty much everything you think you know about drinking water, caffeine, and electrolytes, and we're going to do it using hard data. All right, Section 1, decoding your hydration status. Okay, so if your body is this high-performance engine, then, and stick with me here, the toilet bowl is basically the ultimate dashboard indicator for your fluid levels. It's giving you a daily, sometimes hourly status report on exactly how well you're managing your internal systems. But listen, here is a massive modern myth. We've been completely conditioned to believe that if we drink so much water, our pee runs perfectly clear, we get an A+ in health. Actually, scratch that, it's the exact opposite. Clear urine does not mean perfect hydration. It's actually a blaring warning light for overhydration. When your urine is totally transparent, it means you have an excess of water that is actively diluting your body's essential electrolytes. In rare, really extreme cases, this can literally lead to a dangerous condition called water intoxication. So if peeing has basically become your full-time job, you might be hydrating just a bit too hard. The absolutely crucial point here is knowing exactly what colors to look for. The sweet spot? You want to aim for pale to light yellow. Think like lemonade or a really light beer. That means you are solidly hydrated with optimal fluid balance. Now, as we just talked about, clear means you got to back off the water and let your electrolytes recover. Moving down the line, if you hit amber or dark yellow, your body is desperately hanging on to the water it has, and it is absolutely time to drink. But if you see orange to dark brown, stop right there. That is a major warning. It indicates severe dehydration, maybe from vomiting or a fever, or it could even point to liver or bile duct issues. And wine red to pink? Well, unless you literally just housed a giant bowl of beets or rhubarb, that could indicate an infection or internal injury, and you definitely need to see a doctor. And you know, sometimes the dashboard just throws a completely wild, unexpected code at you. Blue or green urine? I know, it sounds crazy and can be a total shock, but it can actually be caused by something as harmless as eating asparagus or food coloring. On the flip side, it could be a very specific bacterial urinary tract infection. If it's cloudy or opaque, that's another big check engine light pointing toward dehydration, kidney stones, or an infection. And like we just noted, dark orange should never be ignored because it could indicate liver dysfunction. Your body is constantly communicating with you. You just have to know how to read the signals. Moving right along to Section 2, the great caffeine myth. For decades, health professionals and fitness magazines have hammered into us that our daily coffee acts as this huge dehydrator, basically causing us to lose more fluid than we actually take in. Well, it's time to set the record straight on this. There is really just one magic number you need to know: 300. According to the science, 300 milligrams of caffeine, which is roughly 2 to 3 cups of coffee slammed all at once, is the actual threshold where caffeine finally begins to trigger a short-term diuretic effect. That means if you're just casually sipping a standard cup of coffee in the morning, it is absolutely contributing to your daily hydration, not subtracting from it. And honestly, it gets even better. There's this brilliant review by researchers Magan and Griffin that states, a profound tolerance to the diuretic and other effects of caffeine develops, and the actions are much diminished in individuals who regularly consume tea or coffee. So, what does this actually mean for us? It means if you're a habitual coffee or tea drinker, your body physically adapts. Your internal machine simply gets used to the fuel. For the average daily consumer, that diuretic effect is pretty much entirely nullified. Yep, your morning brew is keeping you hydrated. So who actually does need to watch their caffeine limits? Well, expectant mothers are advised to limit their total caffeine from all sources to under 300 milligrams a day to avoid risks like low birth weight. Breastfeeding moms should also definitely stay below that 300 milligram mark. While it doesn't impact milk volume, it absolutely does pass to the baby. Young children? Yeah, preschoolers shouldn't have caffeinated drinks at all. Milk and water are the way to go for them. And finally, the heavy consumers. If you are constantly blasting past that 300 milligram mark every single day, you're probably going to experience those diuretic effects and should probably scale back a bit to balance your fluids. All right, section 3, protecting your kidneys. Your kidneys are absolute workhorses. I mean, they filter a staggering 50 gallons of blood every single day just to remove waste and excess fluids. And how we hydrate directly impacts how well this filter performs. When you're choosing what to run through that filter, water is, without a doubt, the gold standard. Unsweetened plant milks are awesome, especially if you need to limit phosphorus and potassium. 100% unsweetened cranberry juice is great for preventing bacteria from attaching to the urinary tract, and green tea provides these amazing antioxidants called catechins. But there are definitely drinks to skip. The biggest offender, dark colas. They are loaded with phosphoric acid, which literally leaches calcium right out of your bones and is a huge contributor to kidney stones. Yikes. Energy drinks just stress the kidneys out with excess sodium and sugar, and alcohol dehydrates the body while jacking up your blood pressure. Now, what happens if the body's filter is already compromised? For folks on dialysis, the hydration rules completely flip. Because their kidneys can't filter fluids effectively anymore, drinking too much can lead to really dangerous swelling, high blood pressure, and even difficulty breathing. They have to track everything, and I mean meticulously, including hidden fluids like soups and even ice cubes. They also need to severely limit high-sodium foods because those artificially trigger thirst. To safely relieve dry mouth, they can use ice chips or sugar-free candies. It's a highly precise balancing act to prevent dangerous fluid overload. Which brings us to our final part, Section 4, the potassium plot twist. We've covered the fluid, we've covered the filters, now let's talk about the coolant. Electrolytes are essentially the spark plugs of our body, and potassium is easily one of the most vital. It's an essential mineral, but here is the catch. Your body absolutely cannot produce it on its own. You have to eat it. It is incredibly important for managing blood pressure, keeping your nerves functioning, and transporting nutrients right into your cells. The recommended daily value is a massive 4,700 milligrams for adults, and sadly, most of us are falling way, way short of that target. Now, when I say potassium, what's the very first thing you think of? A banana, right? Well, prepare to have your mind blown, because that is actually one of the most famous food myths of all time. A medium banana only gives you about 7% of your daily value for potassium. It is severely outranked. Just 1 cup of cooked butternut squash jumps you up to 12%. And a whole avocado? That delivers a whopping 15% of your daily potassium needs, plus you get healthy fats and 0 sodium. The banana is good, sure, but it is far from the best. You really don't have to rely on the whole banana myth to keep your cellular engine running cool and efficient. Check out these other completely surprising potassium powerhouses. Just a half cup of dried apricots gives you 16% of your daily value. That's basically the ultimate healthy hiking snack right there. A whole pomegranate? 14%. Just 2 nice wedges of hydrating watermelon? Another 14%. Even everyday foods like sweet potatoes and spinach are absolutely phenomenal dietary swaps to help you hit that goal. So what does this all mean for us? From checking the exact color of the water in the toilet bowl to gauge your hydration, to realizing your morning coffee isn't actually dehydrating you, to swapping out those bananas for avocados to boost your cellular health, the data is all right there. Your body is literally giving you all the data you need every single day. The only question left is, are you finally ready to actually read your dashboard? Take this knowledge, start paying real attention to the signals, and optimize your brilliant biological machine today. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.